What should I have prepared for an email sequence? Like how many days and how many emails a day?
And that's a hard question. I used to have a year's worth. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it's not that many mails. I'll tell you why. The first 7 days is critical. You're going to do 80% of the business you're ever going to do out of those people in the first 7 days. Now, that doesn't mean that 20% of business is not still significant, right? You're going to do 80% within 7 days.
How many times would you email them a day on the first 7 days?
5 times the first day.
Okay.
So generally speaking, when they're signing up for your list, you're usually giving them something to sign up for the list. So the first email is, here's the thing I promised you. The second email is, here's who we are, what we can do for you, and what we'd ask for you to do next. The third one is, here's what we believe in. The fourth one is generally, here are success stories from my tribe. Here are success stories of people that I've worked with. Because you want to show that if they join your tribe, that the people in your tribe are better off than they are. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then the next 2 or 3 could be just more of that, right? Generally speaking, I'll do that for a week. And then if I have
So 5 times day 1. And then what about days 2 through?
Oh, first day. So days 2 through 6, you're usually walking them through gain, logic, fear. The next 3 emails are usually gain, logic, fear. So you're pushing the gain button on your day 2 email. You're telling them how much money they're going to make, how much weight they're going to lose, how much they're going to get laid, how much, whatever the thing. I say those 3 because those are the 3 big markets.
Right. How much freedom they're going to have, whatever it is.
Whatever the case may be. The next message, and this is all, when you're doing that, you're stimulating brain chemicals, positive brain chemicals. Positive brain chemicals being dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. You're telling them that elevate their status, good things are about to happen, they're going to be in a group of people that are going to be great, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you could have 3 mails for that. You could have a dopamine, a serotonin, and an oxytocin mail, which is okay if you want to stretch it out a little bit. Then you're going to do a logic mail. And that's going to be...
That's going to be days 6 through...
That can be a mail. I would never do more than one of those. So that's logic. Now you're talking to the neocortex brain. Because some people... There are people that go buy cars today and want to open up the hood and look at the engine. Why?
You don't know nothing about the engine.
It's a series of computers.
Right.
You don't know anything about it. Right? But some people feel like they have to really invest.
They have to look at it to make sure it looks clean. They have to investigate
a thing, right? Your husband, for instance, he wants to know if he's buying a pizza cutter, he's going to read 300 pizza cutter reviews.
He does that.
But he buys a great pizza cutter at the end of the day.
You know what?
But he's
were
super
you here
analytical.
for that? Mm-mm. Really? You weren't here for the pizza cutter thing?
No, I didn't know there was a pizza cutter thing. I just made up pizza cutter.
No, the pizza cutter's a thing. So the pizza cutter and the garlic press, he studied over and over again, like how many grooves and holes in a garlic press that will leave some of the juice in the garlic to get the best minced garlic. And then for the pizza cutter, there are grooves in a pizza cutter. And then there are ones that are just straight edge. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. But you know, the more the grooves, the straighter the cut and the more likely to cut all the way through.
But see, that's a solutions-aware person. He knows that he needs a pizza cutter. So now he's choosing which pizza cutter. Right?
He uses shopping for Paxil.
I buy in 10 seconds, right?
Same.
Looks
like it'll work.
Most people make their decisions in 7 seconds and then analyze them forever. We interrupt this pod to bring you this really special announcement. You need to go right now. Well, maybe do they want to go right now? Want to stop?
No, at the end. We don't want to have them stop.
Go to trainwreckshow.com. There's lots of bots there, GPT bots that do things for you, that do a lot of your work. So you don't have to work so much, you can drink more beer. The episode archives are over there. There's all of our resources, worksheets, workbooks. Everything that we've done that we give away is over there. Go get it right now. There's a lot of resources there. Way more resources than you get when you buy a lot of communities, I think.
And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can catch every episode as soon as it hits. We'll send you a notification.
It doesn't mean you're liking Emma, by the way, because I know that slows us down on our likes. You can just click and say, I like Perry. You don't have to like Emma. It works the same way.
So day 7's the logic now. And then you just continue on.
And then any other emails after that are the next maybe 1 or 2 are fear, FOMO. Like this offer's closing, the bonuses are going away, future casting with cortisol, and basically reminding them of what's going to happen if they don't buy your thing. The next time you get a pizza, you're going to waste half the cheese because you didn't get the good pizza cutter, right? Or whatever the case may be. You want to try to remind them of the last time they tried to do the thing without your solution and how it didn't turn out. So there's a much more sophisticated thing called the cortisol sandwich, but you're using cortisol. Most people stay away from negative emotions in their marketing. It's a bad idea, actually. Negative emotions, cortisol release is what makes you actually make a decision. Most people don't make a decision until they're forced to. Cortisol releases in the brain in anticipation of something bad happening. So like on April the 14th at 11:59 p.m., what do you usually do? You file your taxes, right?
I mean, not me.
Because if you don't,
But 99% of people.
I'm filing extension.
I know people that have to drive to the post office to get it in
11
so that
o'clock
it's
at
mailed.
night. Yeah.
So it has those are obviously people that aren't in our space, but yeah.
Because the alternative is you could get a penalty from the IRS. On the opposite side of that, if you're a person who gets a tax refund, guess what? You're filing the day after you get your W-2, right? So people usually only do a thing when they're damn near forced to do it.
Right. I never understood that, but yes, that's absolutely true.
Because they get a cortisol release. It's a
so
brain
that's
chemical.
that's day 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're gonna put them on a 1-year journey. And
what I do at that point is I call it the hamster wheel of doom. So it's not a really nice thing to call it, is it? But if I've got 10 other offers, I'm gonna write a gain, logic, and fear because they didn't buy my first thing, right? For whatever reason, they chose not to buy my first thing. I'll run them through a 3-day series on my next best-selling thing, and then a couple success stories, and a 3-day series on my next best-selling thing, and then a couple success stories, and a 3-day series on my next best-selling. If they don't buy any of that, right, then I'll run them through the same kind of thing on affiliate offers that have done well to my list. Because basically, this girl...
How do I get money out of it?
This girl don't like me. Maybe she'll like my friend, right?
Right.
And then after that's all done, then I just want to send them a mail once a week for probably 3 months with some sort of value, some sort of question, a quiz or something, just to remind them I'm still alive.
In case it's a better time for them.
And then I'm going to go to like once a month, and I'm going to mail them a thing once a month. And it's just going to be pure value. And all I'm trying to do is get them to click an email. We're talking about email right now. This could be SMS, phone calls, but in email, the vast majority of the money that comes out of an email list are from your 7-day actives. So if somebody's not been active in your email in the last 7 days, they typically don't spend any money. Even if they open an email today and they haven't opened one for 30 days, they typically don't buy. As soon as they open that email, though, they get put on day 1 of your 7-day actives. Then their likelihood to buy in the next 2 or 3 emails they get is pretty high.